Hi, I'm Noè Harsel, the Museum Director and CEO of the Jewish Museum of Australia Gandel Centre of Judaica, and we're here for another Spiel in Spiel. Super excited because we have Danielle Brustman, and it's a thrill to be able to have this conversation with you.
Thanks, Noè. Thanks for having me.
It is a pleasure. Can you just tell us a little bit about, there's a huge, long, award-winning bio I can give, but why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are in your words?
In terms of my creative work, I work as an interior designer and I have my own small studio and work on a range of different types of projects. And then I also, an arm of my studio is designing furniture objects and lighting, more so in gallery settings and contexts. So those two streams of the studio kind of, come together sometimes, and sometimes they're very separate.
And you work beautifully with color. I think one of the things that I love about you is you're unbelievably detail oriented, and then you have this wonderful way of pulling back and seeing the big picture and just bombarding us with unbelievable color that just works.
Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah, I love playing with color, but I really love experimenting with color and playing with strange color combinations that have some sort of electricity about them.
Well, I know we're jumping right into it, but one of the strange electrical color combinations is here with the exhibition you've got for us.
Yeah.
I Could Have Danced All Night, which is beautiful, it's warm, it's emotional, it's storytelling, it's incredibly intimate, and it's also incredibly colorful as well. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, specifically with the color, I created the color palette for this show and the objects totally based on things that my grandmother used to wear, as well as her lipstick color, which I'm wearing, the coral orangey lipstick. But so I went through old photographs and just thought about some of her sort of key pieces and her favourite colours and based the entire palette on
So it's
that.
two grandmothers that we're looking at for this exhibition.
Yes.
So one grandmother was more colourful than the other?
Well, that's interesting because it's interesting that you say that, because one died when I was very young, and in a way my memories of her are through photographs. Interestingly, a lot of those photographs are not in colour. Some of them are, but also there's a lot of old photographs of her that are black and white. And then the other grandmother who I knew well, of course I knew her in real life.
Yes. So she was colourful and lively. So tell me just briefly about the two beautiful objects that are relating to each grandmother.
Yeah. So there's a music box and there's a jewellery box. And the jewellery box is a storytelling device about my grandmother Dora, and I've used the material, the timber, from a beautiful old vanity dresser that she had in her room. And I had this dresser with me for years through my 20s, and took it around to all the share houses I lived in, and it was very important to me because it was really this way of keeping her memory close to me. And it's been in storage for years, but when I started this project and I thought about sort of an object that might contain, an object that is designed in a sense to contain a memory of her, I thought that was a beautiful way to sort of repurpose this material, which has her kind of, somehow has her DNA and essence in it, and use that material to create that jewellery box. And then within that jewellery box as well are kind of sort of small details that reference her life and her siblings and her husband and her parents. And then the other box is a music box, which is about my grandmother Marta, who used to sing. She used to sing to me all the time, and she loved the arts, and she really introduced me to the arts. And so her box has all of the names of the different songs that she used to sing embossed into the different trays, and it's made of a tortoiseshell acrylic material referencing a tortoiseshell hair comb that she used to wear. So there's all these very personal sort of intimate details about both of the women that are sort of embedded somehow in the design of both of those boxes.
And both of them really encourage you to look deeply in each of the objects and around each of the objects. And then just to let people know that like the exhibition is here at the Jewish Museum right now, and you get to see these objects, and you also get to see some very intimate photographs and music that's associated with You Alive, which I think is also really beautiful.
Yeah, and I put together, I went through all the old albums and I put together a kind of, a presentation of photos, but a really important element of the exhibition as well is a soundtrack that we've put together, which basically is split into two kind of streams. One is about one grandmother and the other is about the other, and one is in English and all the sort of old show tunes that Marta used to sing to me, and then the other soundtrack is old Yiddish folk songs, and that's more representative of that side of the family. And of course they didn't actually speak English at home. My mum grew up in a house where everyone spoke Yiddish, so
really, it's really beautiful and really personal. Thank you so much. It's so
Thanks,
gorgeous.
Noè.
It's a beautiful exhibition. We encourage everyone to come and see it. Please join us at the Jewish Museum to see I Could Have Danced All Night. Thank you.